degradation. An intelligent person arguing with a fool is a form of intellectual corruption.
Shalom, Akim, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Say taste to you, Akim, doing the work in truth and sincerity. I played that little clip because, hey, he couldn't have said it no better than that, you know. An intelligent person arguing with a fool is intellectual corruption or intellectual degradation or whatever. This video, you know, is partially inspired by some of the things he said on this video. As you know, but his name is, what is it? Shahid Bolson, if I'm not mistaken. It's down here somewhere. But yeah, that's his name. Middle Nation is his channel. I basically started watching him from a video that I watched from the brother GMS Maccabean Spirit, you know, because he has a lot of good videos. And he basically highlighted this guy. And it was like, you know, his intellect is on point. I mean, he's a Muslim, but his insights and intellect align a whole lot with the Bible. With that said, you know, this video is mainly based off this, which is Titus 1:14, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. And when I watched his video, Middle Nation, it was like, you know, he was basically talking about, well, if you read the title, you're not crazy, you're just in the wrong universe. It's just talking about multiple universes or multiverse, you know, and people living in different universes while we're here on Earth, you know. Basically different intellectual universes, whether it be intellectual or physical, you know. Well, it's not physical because we can see the people. However, in they perceive the world one way, and they think of the world one way, and we think of the world a whole nother way. And when you align his insights with the scriptures, he's right, you know. The scriptures basically is telling us the same thing, but not in so many words, you know. Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. One of these Jewish fables and commandments of men is this doctrine, if you can remember it: black people are natives. You know, it came out a few years back where black people just started talking about we are indigenous to the Americas, and we are not, you know. And that doctrine, I'm pretty sure it started by some Jewish man somewhere, and then Jakes picked up on it and started pushing it hard, because that's how it usually goes. You know, either might put that shit out there, and you Jakes just start pushing it, just start running with it. And what that did was, to some of you Jakes, it was so idiotic and it was so obvious at the time when this doctrine first started and Jake first started running with it. It was obvious that Esau was trying to get us off of the Deuteronomy 28 and 68, because that's when Deuteronomy 28 and 68 was being pushed real hard. Then all of a sudden the indigenous blacks doctrine came out. Oh, we were already here. No, we weren't. The slave trade actually happened. Yes, the transatlantic slave trade actually happened. We were brought here by ships, just like Deuteronomy 28 and 68 prophesied of the Israelites. And it happened to us. The slave trade happened. We are not indigenous to the shores of America. And, you know, when that doctrine first came out, you know, to brothers it seemed obvious, but to regular quote-unquote blacks, no, it didn't. and a lot of blacks ran with it. And I call you blacks because you call yourselves black, though we know that you're not actually black. There's really no person on the planet that's black. And on top of that, the black don't really have to do with color. It has to do with a state of being, meaning wickedness. That's why they put that term on us. They call us black because they're trying to basically say we're wicked. They call themselves white, the Edomites, because they're trying to say that they're pure, even though their actions are the opposite of what they call themselves. And it's really the same thing with us, because we're the real Israelites. But anyway, going back on topic, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. That is a Jewish fable and a commandment of men. We're not native to this place because the transatlantic slave trade actually did happen, which basically proves Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And hey, idiot won't believe it. The next scripture I have is Proverbs 26 and 4. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou be like unto him. And that's why I actually played that very small clip of what he said, because that it aligns with what the scriptures say. I'll play it again.
Intelligent person arguing with a fool is a form of intellectual corruption.
There you go. Arguing with a fool is a form of intellectual corruption. Proverbs 26 and 4. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Now, when he was talking about these different universes, the worlds people live in, he actually mentioned the flat earth doctrine. We will not talk to you about no flat earth when the Bible clearly says the earth is circle. Everything in science and in the Edomite science that you believe in also says the same thing. So to believe the earth is flat, you're not even close to this level. And that's the same reason why we don't take Christians or Christianity seriously. It's like, why would we answer a fool according to his folly? The Christianity that you so-called believe in, the plantation Christianity, it's fake, it's false, and it's been proven wrong, incorrect, completely. However, those that are still in the Christianity church, they will not come out of it. It's like, hey, they live in that multiverse. Let them live in it, Just like somebody that believes in flat earth, hey, you live in that multiverse, let them live in it. That's why the scriptures say what it say, Titus 3 and 10. A man that is an heretic after the first and second admonition, reject. We don't got nothing else to talk about. If I done told you a couple of things about the scriptures and you don't believe it, then hey, go believe whatever the hell you want to believe. We don't deal with folly. And that's basically what this is about. We don't deal with folly. That's why we don't take you so-called Christians seriously. You don't believe in the scriptures. We don't debate with other religions because you don't believe in the scriptures. Though the Bible has been proven over and over again. We're not going to debate with you. We know we have the truth. And we know that you don't have the truth. So after the first and second admonition, hey, you're rejected. And as a whole, you Christians have been completely rejected. We know which angle you're coming from already. In fact, all the other religions have already been completely rejected. We know which angle you're coming from. And if you don't believe in the scriptures, hey, go believe what you want to believe. We'll see who's correct in the end. And that's basically it. This is Proverbs chapter 25, verse 9. Debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself, and discover not a secret to another. Now, I read this because it says debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself. Thy neighbor, the ones that's among you. Our neighbors are other Israelites. That's who our neighbors are. Debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself. You know, that don't mean go out and do debates with all kinds of idiots out there. You know, you don't have to do no debates with no Jewish motherfucker because he don't believe that we the real Israelites. He believes the Jewish Israelis are the Israel. No. You don't need to debate with them. We already proved it. We don't got nothing to prove to you. So debating is pretty much off the table unless you already believe. What is that saying? I debate with my peers, all others I teach. That's what we do. We debate with our peers, all others we teach. So if we teaching you something and you're not listening, then you're casted out as a heathen. That's the bottom line. You know, hey, these other doctrines are meant to subvert you. And of course, I looked up the word subvert because that's what we do. We look up words. We go to etymology to find out the root word because that is the real word. And when you look it up, what is it? Subvert, from sub, under, verte, to turn. And you know, they say overturn, but no. Sub means under. Verte is to turn. So it's actually underturn. If we are on the moral high ground, as Shahid Bosun would say, then they're trying to underturn us. Turn us to the lower ground, which is the worlds that they live in. You know, like I say, I actually like his insights. And, you know, shout out to the brother GMS Maccabean Spirit. You know, the spirit of the Heavenly Father was on him to find this guy to, you know, see some of his insights. However, he is Muslim, so, but the guy does have some great insights that actually align with the scriptures. A lot of his insights align with the scriptures, so that's kudos to him. You know, give that credit where credit is due. However, all the credit really belongs to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because it was in the Bible long before it was in the minds of men, you know. But that's pretty much it for this lesson. It's more like, hey, don't believe all this BS, all the new BS doctrines that's going out there. If you know the scriptures, man. The scriptures is the ultimate, you know, is the ultimate doctrine. It has everything in it, you know. And of course, Esau is coming out with new doctrines. It seemed like every couple of weeks. The blacks were already here. That was the stupidest stuff that I've heard, knowing that Deuteronomy 28 and 68 was coming out so hard. That's why I didn't get why basically Jake couldn't get it. Well, yeah, I do, because they're not the part of the elect. The flat earther, hey man, just go and jump off the end of the earth somewhere, man, if you can find it. You know, that you know, it's already been proven that it's not true, and there's Jake out there that still believe it. And of course, you Christians, man, you Jakes that's still in the black church, hey, Look, man, I got a bridge in New Zealand that I want to sell you. You know, that type of shit. Cause y'all all the way gone. But anyway, that's the lesson. All praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash. The belongs to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, doing the work of truth, sincerity. Till the next time, Shalom.